it's time to talk to Rykel and figure out her college plans.
The interest was suddenly gone after that. I was like,
I'm sorry.
Wow, you want to go to New York?
Thanks to Ernest for sponsoring this portion of this video.
What's up, Toa Squad? You know what? We've got some really big changes going on in our house right now, and we take you guys along all of the adventures that we do. So we thought that would be just honestly really appropriate that we bring you along this one, honey. I think it's time to sit down. Rykel is gonna be a senior next year, and I can't believe that Rykel could already be applying for colleges. I mean, she could leave in less than a year.
And we have to find another way to pay for another kid in college.
Well, have you heard about Ernest?
No, what's that?
Ernest is a private student loan company that's on a mission to help students pay for college. And their loans are super clear. You get quick answers, and if you have any questions, you can talk to a real person.
How does it work?
Well, Ernest is all about smart money moves. So to start, you check your eligibility, which doesn't hurt your credit, by the way, and it just takes a few minutes.
Wow, that's huge.
I know, and you can customize your loan. Pick the payment, the best rate, and loan term.
I bet they charge fees though.
No fees, not even late fees, which is really awesome.
And they cover everything?
They cover 100%. So books, laptops, tuition, meals, the whole shebang.
Sounds fantastic. I wish I knew about them when Klai was going to college.
You're telling me, at least now we know that if federal aid isn't enough, we have Ernest. So let's check out our eligibility. Find out if Ernest is right for you at www.ernest.com. Okay, thanks for Ernest for sponsoring that portion of our video today. Now it's time to talk to Rykel and figure out her college plans. So, big things.
Yes.
Big things. Well, I don't even know if she's ready for college or if she's truly decided. She was very, very excited when we went to visit Klai at SVU. And we surprised her. Rykel was like so excited. She got to go to some classes.
Well, she even stayed after and went to classes and did all that kind of stuff. And then she didn't all of a sudden. And so that's why we don't know what's going on or where things are happening. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna have a talk with her and see where she's at, if she's decided, because we had a really good discussion with her previously, and I think she's made some choices, and so we're gonna see what's going on with that. But Klai, I thought it would be really great to really talk to see how Klai's been feeling about her college experience, what she's gonna do. Because she had some great times.
She had some really hard struggles too.
Right? There's things that we have to deal with in college. There's finances, there's classes,
living with
roommates.
people that you don't like.
If you're a girl, there's boys. If you're a boy, there's girls. If girls, there's girls, and boys, there's boys. There's so much people to deal with that you don't have to deal with at home.
I think Klai is downstairs. Klai!
yes.
Okay. We need to have a talk. We're gonna go sit down.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Welcome. We would like to know, what are your best ofs from college? What are some of your worst ofs that you learned good lessons on? And what would be your recommendations to a younger sister that now is about to launch into that?
So you know that when Rykel came to college, she was really, really excited. I think she really enjoyed visiting you and going to some of your classes. And now I think she's gonna tell us if she has decided to go or not to college or to a different college or whatever she might study. So we're gonna talk with her after, but what was like the best part about college?
Having freedom. I'm not saying that in the way that like you guys aren't like, but like
Sure,
I was given all of the freedom and all of the consequences as well. And so I had to completely learn all on my own what to do. And there were times that I learned that the hard way and like got in trouble, I guess. I don't know, but there were times when like you did that the hard way.
I called and scolded you.
Like it was just a growing experience because you have all the freedom, and so you have to really figure out like what is good to do, what's bad.
So what about roommates? I had mentioned to Mom earlier when you slept not in your apartment for a month.
Yes, I had some very rough roommate situations.
Ooh, that's hard.
You literally didn't sleep in your own bed.
Okay, when I look back at my first semester, I forget that I had this certain roommate because we never talked, we never hung out. I literally went in there to grab things and leave most of the time. That was pretty rough. So you definitely have to learn to like deal with other people, which I think is a great
Your last
situation.
semester, you dealt with it opposite. You had somebody or some buddies that were very similar to that person.
Oh, very.
But you actually went on it head on.
Yeah, so I learned from my first semester, like, oh, never mind. Like, I am paying for this room as well. So I kind of own part of it. My first semester was fantastic, like not with roommate situations, but like my first semester was top tier. It was wonderful. I really loved it all together. Second semester, I did nothing. Second semester, we had some situations and I was just not a very social person. I wasn't myself either, so I didn't do anything. So I stayed stagnant. I stayed pretty stagnant. And then I realized after that semester that you can't say I wasted the semester because I had to have learned stuff from that, but I could have gone through that semester much better.
That's really
And then
tough.
my third semester has been the best semester out of all of them because I learned from first and second semester. I changed my major 3 times.
Klai has changed her major.
So do you regret those things that you did up until changing at that time and up until changing at that time?
No, not at all, because all those classes are still useful, so they still go towards my graduation. I do recommend not changing your major after your sophomore year because then you might be there and you might become a super senior.
Were you scared to go to college? I was so excited for you, but were you scared of some part of going to college?
I'd say I was a little nervous. There were times I was nervous, but a lot of the time I was just very excited because I had been stagnant for so long. I was just going with the motions of school, YouTube, and I was basically going to just apprentice under my dad and start up a business.
At the time, you knew what it was going to be. We were doing all of your accessories, your Klai Co, and it would have actually done really, really good.
It would have done so good, except I just didn't have the motivation for it because it wasn't something that I really, really loved and wanted to do. So I wanted to find what I really loved. What's super interesting is a lot of people, when I went to college or before going to college, they're like, oh my gosh, like that's so fun. Do you know anybody there? Like, are you gonna go and like meet up with people that you know there? And I was like, nope. I knew nobody except for like the administrators and stuff that I had met.
So is that what made you nervous? Because you didn't know anybody, or you didn't know what to expect when you were going?
Or you paid for this.
So what made you nervous?
So
you're nervous of the unknown. I was nervous of the unknown, except I was more so excited. So I'd say it was half and half. But I was excited because I knew this is where I needed to go and this is what I needed to do.
I'm very interested to see, talking with Rykel, how she's going to take all of this, deal with this, because
She's
you and
very
Rykel
different.
are very different from each other.
We're gonna bring Rykel in and see what she thinks. Hey, Rykel! Okay, join us on the couch. We have a big discussion. So, you went to college with Klai. We're so excited about it. And you were telling me like, I think I wanna study this. I'm really excited. And then a week would go by and be like, or I could study this. So there's been a lot of things that have happened, and then all of a sudden, you didn't want to go to college. So we're here just to kind of talk about college, and then at the end you can tell us whether or not you want to go, or like what you might think about that. Do you have any questions about college that maybe you want to ask Klai? I mean, Dad and I did go to college for a couple semesters.
The first caution thing was I was asking myself, I was like, wait, if I don't have a reason to go and I know I want to go for this exact reason, to excel in this and to later do this, there is no reason for me to go. And
so you feel the need that you have to have I want to be a dentist, and so then you go for that, right? You have to
I had an interest. And so for a while I was looking at cooking industries and all that. But then I realized me and Dad actually had a talk in the RV, remember? And it was well, cooking, the interest was suddenly gone after that. I was like,
I'm sorry.
So that one's not right.
To squash it.
What did you do? Dad just logically, well, see, Dad has this wonderful talent. No, Dad's very entrepreneurial. And so with me, it was like you can just get these books and stuff and we can teach you and you can learn really fast about what you want to do, right? So that's kind of probably how it was with Rykel.
No, I take things all the way to the end of it. You wanted to be a stage performer. And I said, okay, what is the greatest place you could go to as a stage performer?
Broadway.
It was probably Broadway. And I said, okay, so if that's where you want to go, what is that lifestyle? What does that do? Where is that? And we kind of ran through it. And do you have freedom with that? And do you finances? And anyway, so I have this whole little algorithm that I put opportunities in. So for all the businesses I've started, I'm like, okay, how far can I take this? We had our one retail shop in Hawaii. I didn't do that with it, we could never sell the thing because it didn't fit those criteria. So that's when I created it.
I went to college for business. I thought I was gonna do business. I had already grown up in like the business world. However, once I got there, I got a lot of learning experiences, life experiences, and I changed my major because
that's when she learned that business equals bar.
You know, like as you learn about different things, then you realize, oh, that's not as interesting, or like, wow, I really like this thing, and so,
or I absolutely hate this.
You aren't just getting academics out of college. You can go to college and you might have one idea, like you wanted to do culinary school, right? And then you'll go there for culinary school, and while you're just taking in all the life experiences, you'll start to figure out yourself a lot more. You'll start to really start to create your own mind and your own opinions.
I think college is more about relationships than anything.
Oh yeah, because then if you want to go get a job, or you want to go to a master's program, those professors, those people you meet, those friends that you meet, they will come very in handy.
So maybe you thought like you had to have this decision. Do you have other questions about college, or fears, or uncertainties?
I don't think I have any questions or any of that now. The first thought about college that I was worried was that by the end, it wouldn't have been useful. Like there was no point in me going, and that I just wasted money. So that was that. Then I think I actually have an interest in.
Oh, okay. So we're into the good juicy stuff. What are we interested in? Oh, travel photography.
New York Institute of Photography.
Wow, you want to go to New York? Is it because you are into photography and you want to go into that direction?
Yes. So while you two were both gone, when that happened, me and Tyler and our friend, they were like going on a weird photography, like photo shoot. That's the word. And they were asking to use the camera. I'm like, do you know how to use the camera? She's like, I'll just press the buttons and see what happens. I'm like, maybe not a good choice. So I offered to go with them, and while taking their photos, I realized, I was like, okay, I actually really love taking photos.
That's awesome.
Not only people, but like architect and structure, flowers, like nature mainly.
So question, why didn't you ever finish that one course we bought you for photography?
Because it was just boring. There was 108 lessons, each with like 17 videos in each, at least 5 minutes.
So that's great. We have a subject or some kind of interest. Now, I know that you saw that New York has a really good school, but I think that maybe what we'll do is we will look at other colleges and kind of see the options. Should we do that? All right, so I was thinking that we could give some options to Rykel. I think she is a little bit scared, or maybe scared to determine like what she wants to do in life and stuff. Yeah. She's really interested in a lot of things.
She's very artistic.
Yeah. So I thought if we looked at some colleges, maybe that we could talk to her and say there's some options and see if she likes any of those.
Yeah.
I think more so just like a good art program, you know?
Cool.
I know that SVU does have an art program.
Rhode Island School of Design, California Institute of the Arts. Well, those are good ones.
UCLA.
Yale University School of Art.
So there's a lot of art schools, and what we can do is we can go over and see if that's Rykel's really excited about art. Maybe we should look like a little bit closer to home. I mean, California is not too far away.
Yeah, but there's some really good.
This is really hard, having 2 kids off at college. Okay, let's look at these and then we'll have Rykel in and see what we can, maybe she'll make a decision, and if not, we'll figure out at least the direction. So, you said you liked photography. Was there other interests that you liked?
Just more of the arts.
Digital art, hand-created art.
Both. Well, Dad and I did a little search, and it wasn't a big search either, but it turns out that UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, is the #1 fine arts school program. There's a lot of different universities out there, or colleges. Yale, Virginia Commonwealth, Rhode Island Design, Michigan. Anyways, there's a lot of options. So fine arts is a way. We have like some things that maybe you could start applying to. Do you want to go to college? Do you want to see if they offer an online thing? Like, do you want to stay home?
I feel like going there would be the best.
You mean leaving us?
Yes. Just gonna put it straightforward right here.
All right, I think we're gonna have a lot more discussions before Rykel makes probably an actual announcement.
Guess I'll have
But
to
this
stay
is
tuned
coming
for
up
that.
soon. That's right. Comment down below if you guys are starting to apply for college, or if this is like a big decision that's coming up in your life, or if you're already in college, or if that's years away. So let us know. Thanks for hanging out with us on this big decision that's happening soon.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you guys next time. Mahalo.
Bye.